But we start here. As I said, elections are taking place around the country, and we'll cover those in detail for you. Don't worry. But we also need to talk about some things and discuss the railroad job that activists at many levels are trying to pull on former President Donald Trump in that New York courtroom. Look, everybody, and I mean everybody, including the prosecution team, the judge, the president, his team, and most importantly, the American people understand one thing. Everything that's happening with all of these indictments are a sham. And the legal system is being used as a weapon, a cudgel against former President Donald Trump. Everybody knows it. Everybody. I mean, yesterday, the judge in the case, Arthur Engeron, who has already decided the outcome of the case because he is ignorant of real estate valuations and business in general. He's financially illiterate. Sounds like so many other people. Well, he went after the former president time and time again in the courtroom yesterday, but worse, he's trying to silence Donald Trump inside the courtroom. And you don't have to take my word for it. Take his. He said it himself inside that courtroom Monday several times. Here's some of the things he's quoted as saying on Monday. Please just answer the questions, no speeches. Please control your client. This is not a political rally. This is a courtroom. I don't want to hear everything he has to say. Oh, I'm not here to hear what he has to say. He goes into speeches. In fact, he's not here to hear anything at all, is he? During a break, the rogue Attorney General, Letitia James, who started this bogus case, decided to start working the compliant press outside as well. And this is just one example of the cases being created, all in an effort to do one thing: keep Donald Trump from making it to the ballot on November the 5th, 2024. And with new polling, a lot of it, showing Trump in an ever more dominant position, the fear on the left is growing by the day. Here's Letitia James. Listen.
We heard from Donald Trump in our case against him, other defendants, and the Trump organization. He rambled, he hurled insults, but we expected that. At the end of the day, the documentary evidence demonstrated that, in fact, he falsely inflated his assets to basically enrich himself and his family. He continued to persistently engage in fraud. The numbers don't lie. And Mr. Trump obviously can engage in all of these distractions, and that exactly what he did, what he committed on the stand today, engaging in distractions and engaging in name calling. But I will not be bullied. I will not be harassed. This case will go on.
This case, by the way, if you didn't know, the law in New York says there does not have to be a victim and no money has to be lost. So no money's lost. There is no victim. How can there be a crime? But I digress. Of course, the former president, Donald Trump, happy to speak himself with the press, as you can imagine. And he kept with the idea that the court is running a fraudulent show trial that has no place, and pointed out the so-called star witness flipped his story on his accusations, meaning the case should be thrown out. Here's what he had to say.
Because it's a scam, and this is a case that should have never been brought, and it's a case that now should be dismissed. Everybody saw what happened today. Everybody saw what happened with their star witness, who admitted that I never told him what he originally said. I did. He admitted that he lied, and he has absolutely no credibility whatsoever. That's their only witness. That's their only witness. And I think you saw what I had to say today, and it was very conclusive. Everything we did was absolutely right. To think that we're being sued and spending all this time and money, and you have people being killed all over the world, that this country could stop. With inflation and all of the other problems that this country has, I think it's a disgrace. And when you look at the numbers, the poll numbers that came out today from the New York Times and CBS, I'm sure the Times was not too happy. But people are sick and tired of what's happening. This is I think it's a very sad day for America.
And besides that, and he's right about what he said there, and his legal team knows this case isn't going anywhere without a series of appeals because of the treatment from the biased judge in this case. Like I said, he decided this case back in September. And, of course, the AG that promised to, quote, get Trump if she was elected, yeah, that's all going to backfire.